It is Victory Monday during the holidays. All right, and welcome back to Phins Football Podcast. This is B Trill, and go ahead and give me those likes. And if this is your first time, go ahead and subscribe. Yes, it is Victory Monday. So at least one last time out of the year, out of this 2024 season, out of this campaign that we have going on this year, we have a Victory Monday. So I'm excited. I don't know if everybody else is excited. I heard we have a lot of our fan base that are not too happy about the win. We'll jump into everything and talk about the complete recap of the game. We'll go over some stats. We'll talk about the future. We'll talk about playoffs. You want to talk about playoffs? But first thing I want to do is go ahead and want to say happy holidays to everybody. So of course I do celebrate Christmas, but for everybody who is celebrating a holiday or even just getting out there to join in and watch this podcast, I do want to say happy holidays and happy new year. So going into a new year, new me attitude, as everybody says. I've done a lot this year to kind of change me to be ready to make next year my best year. So I do want to thank everybody who has been watching me all season long. Thank you for your patience because I've had lots of technical difficulties and errors. So a lot of times either the mics aren't working, the audio isn't working, the audio is dubbed down, the lights aren't working. Last video, my intro didn't have sound, so a lot of technical difficulties, but I am working out all the kinks to hopefully give you some flawless shows in the future. This is episode 32, I think we're on. 32. But I do want to go ahead and start diving in because we have a lot to take care of. First thing is, let's go over some stats on the win. So the win was Miami 29-17 in our finale at home. So it was the home finale for the Dolphins. We will finish the season on the road going against Cleveland next week, and the season finale is in New York against the Jets. Really, New Jersey, but it is New York. So that is the rest of the schedule. If you haven't seen it already, I kind of got the different angle to show off my elf shirt. That is my favorite Christmas movie. Why don't you go ahead and put in the comments your favorite Christmas movie. But this is my current mood. It is holly jolly Christmas, ready to go, and Santa's coming to town. So hopefully Santa comes to town with our playoff hopes continuing to grow, but that did advance on Sunday by winning. So I know a lot of you did want us to lose to get draft picks so that we can continue to look towards the future. Well, the future is still right now. We are still in it, and honestly, we don't need a lot to make it. Before I dive into stats, let's just say that we need the Broncos or the Chargers to lose out. We need to win out. And then I believe the Colts need to lose one more. So if all that happens, we're in the playoffs. I think I saw another scenario. If Broncos lose out and we win out, we're in. So whatever the cost, there is still a chance. And yes, so you're saying there's a chance. But of course, I always like to root for my team. I always like wins. So I'm not mad at there still being a chance. So I again like to be glass half full. But let's dive into these stats. Tua, he played a decent game. He did enough for us to win. So Tua was 22 of 34, 215 yards, 1 touchdown, a quarterback rating. He got 92.2. So not that 100 that he is used to, but hey, we got the win. Why did we get the win? How did we get the win? Devon Achane is the reason. So he has been our offense pretty much the entire year. So I'm very happy with his performance. He had 190 scrimmage yards. So he had 120 on the ground, 17 carries. So that's a 7.1 average. Of course, he did have that 1 touchdown to put the icing on the cake to win that game on Sunday. That was a 50-yard run. He just put on the burners. He showed his speed and capitalized and gave Miami the win with no chance of return. So, hats off to Devon Achane. I will say he needs to make the Pro Bowl. He is a phenomenal player because he plays those screenplays. That is half of Miami's offense this year. But rest of the running, Raheem Mostert got 8 carries, 31 yards, 3.9 carry. 21 was his long. So he did have that one big burst. Jeff Wilson, he got 2 carries, 12 yards, 6 average. Alec Ingold got that 1 carry for 4 yards. Devon Achane was our leading wide receiver as well. So again, he was our entire offense. 6 catches, 70 yards, 11.7 average, 20 was his longest. Jonnu Smith, he had 62 yards on 6 catches, 10.3 average, 22 was his long. Tyreek Hill, only 3 catches, 29 yards, and 1 touchdown. He had 7 targets. At least 2 of those were just plain out drops. He did say that he needs to stop taking his vet rest, that he needs to get more reps with Tua, and that he could tell that the timing was off. I mean, early on, just that first drive where he came out of his route and the ball was right there. Tyreek turned his head and the ball was there and he just couldn't hold on. So we need to get better at doing that. Tyreek Hill, you're getting paid a lot of money to be missing practices. Yes, we want you healthy. Yes, we want less tread on the tires. But we also need you to perform. I know drops have been a huge issue. I know when you came over from Kansas City, that's what half the Chiefs were saying, is that you dropped a lot of touchdowns. That one could have been a touchdown. But Malik Washington, so he only had 3 catches, 28 yards, but he only had 4 targets. So he actually did decent. Surprised I didn't give him any. I thought he had a couple carries or screenplays. But Malik Washington, he needs the ball more because he had, I think, 56 snaps out of the 70 or something like that. He had a high average of being on the field. He had the most snaps out of all of our wide receivers. If we do have time, I can go over the snap count. I always just review it just to kind of see, but I'll kind of go over a little bit. Raheem Mostert had 2 catches, 15 yards. River Craycraft, 1 for 6. Durham Smythe, 1 for 5. Our defense. So, Jordan Brooks, he did leave the game, but he did come back in. He was dealing with a knee/quad injury, but he came back, and Mike McDaniel said in the press conference he is optimistic that he will return. So, we'll see on that. But he did have 7 total tackles, 4 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 1 QB hit. He was playing great. He was just in there on almost every play. If it wasn't him, it was Chop. Chop Robinson, he only recorded what? It says 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, 1 QB hit, 1 pass deflection. So that right there shows up as a pass deflection on a stat sheet. Really what it did was it saved a touchdown in a crucial part of the game that would have put San Francisco up, I believe, if not tie it. Chop Robinson is playing out of his mind, and you see the whole sidelines is celebrating with him doing his celebration. So I'm excited about Chop. Again, I said it last time. That's going to be my next jersey. So I'll definitely be getting a Chop Robinson jersey very, very, very soon. Maybe I'll take advantage of these Christmas sales. But also stand out on defense, Zach Sealer. Man, that one sack where he was just crawling like an army crawling or like, he is just an animal. So we saw with Wilkins, we thought it was Wilkins. No, it was Sealer the whole time. So we did a good job of not re-signing Wilkins and signing Sealer for a lot cheaper. He's still producing. I think he has the most sacks in the AFC with 8.5, and he already missed 2 games with that eye injury. So again, he is playing phenomenal. He looked like a dog crawling for that sack because once he hit the ground. He just shows that he doesn't give up the fight. Either does Chop Robinson. You saw on his sack that he whiffed on him, got like an arm on the quarterback, and then he came back and got the sack. So that was great. Got Brock Purdy down and got to celebrate. So I do like what Chop's doing. He's everywhere. He's causing pressures. He's getting in there, getting the backfield, making these tackles sweat. Calais Campbell, I mean, he's even doing phenomenal. He had a QB hit. Zach Sealer actually had 2 QB hits. Agba had a QB hit. Brooks had a QB hit. So we're getting to the quarterback. Our defense is actually playing pretty sound. I mean, we gave up 17 points to the Niners. Again, they're not fully healthy, especially at running back position. They're on like their 19th running back. But our secondary. Ramsey did good. He played decent, but Kendall Fuller got hurt. We had to have Storm Duck come into play. I forgot what his snap count was, but Kendall Fuller, he has a knee injury. Mike McDaniel did say it's not a tear, so it's not tear ligament damage. We don't know how significant it is, but he did say it's not serious. So not those words, but that's the gist he said. I forgot his word for word. But Kendall Fuller probably not going to play. Also Waddle. He might not practice this week. So he's still dealing with that knee injury. He did sit out last week. Some of the big injury news is we don't know about Bradley Chubb. So again, he has until Christmas. He has 2 days to then be activated off the PUP list and ready to go. Right now, that 21-day window is closing. So right now, he says that Bradley Chubb is working downstairs and doesn't know about the intimate future. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully Bradley Chubb does come. That would be nice. Have Bradley Chubb fully healthy with a Chop Robinson, Agba, and Quentin Bell in rotation. I like the sounds of that. Who knows how much of the season we have left, though. With that, I'll talk about some other roster stuff. So, did everybody notice that Liam Eichenberg did not play the whole game? He was in there. But Isaiah Wynn. So Isaiah Wynn came, I think he started the game, then Liam Eichenberg came in, and then Wynn finished the game. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. How it all panned out, there was 15 rushing plays each. Liam Eichenberg, he was, well, not him, but he allowed our running back to get 4.8 yards per carry and 2.2 yards after contact. Decent numbers, not bad. Isaiah Wynn, though, when he was in for his 15 rushing plays, 6.3 yards per carry and a 4.8 yards after contact. So again, I know the yards after contact, they're not saying much more, but again, that's still almost a full 2 yards per carry that we did better with Isaiah Wynn. Isaiah Wynn did let up 2 pressures, though, and Liam Eichenberg did let up none. So with that, there's hit and miss. I mean, Isaiah Wynn, again, he is coming back from a long injury. He has to knock off some dust. This is his first time playing all season long, and we're in what? Week 16 out of 18. So, Robert Jones is garbage. He gave up 2 holding calls that would have been first downs that were just drive killers. Robert Jones, you suck. Isaiah Wynn should be playing for Robert Jones, and then maybe Liam Eichenberg. Again, I hope we draft 2 guards or get 2 guards in free agency. Guards is our weakest position. Not according to PFF. PFF, they said that Brewer was our worst offensive lineman. So we did not give up a sack, so he must have just gave up a lot of pressures. It's just been terrible in the running game. But 0 sacks. Tua stayed upright. I love the sound of that. So let's keep that going. As far as standings, I'm pretty sure we're still in the same boat. We're behind. It all really depends on who you're looking at, but I'm pretty sure the tiebreaker goes we are behind both the Colts and the Bengals. So again, we need some help. We need a lot of help. We're behind a lot of people. Let me bring up the NFL standings. If my phone will let me. Standings. There we go. So, right now, Ravens clinched. They got the 5th seed, the first wild card. Chargers and Broncos. They're at 9-6. We need them to lose out. Both of them need to lose. Colts are 7-8. Bengals 7-8. Dolphins 7-8. Again, we need to win out. They need to lose out. I think Miami just, if we do win, it's going to be tough for the playoffs. We need to put everything together. We need to put in running game, passing game, blocking, defense. Holland, man, you missed 2 crucial tackles. He did almost have a pick. Should have had the pick. But man, what's going on with Holland? He has had a very, very, very down year. I know he's been injured. I know he's had some issues. But let's see if he's going to re-sign. I already heard whispers we might let him test free agency. We can't afford to pay everybody, and with probably we're going to pay either Phillips or Holland. With Phillips being injured, I thought it would be Holland, but who knows? I mean, I wish we could bring both back. I wish both would be back to their top of their game, but we can't always promise what will happen. Let's see. All right. So with everything, I was going to pull up, but again, technical difficulties. Why not? I was trying to pull up some of Barry Jackson's article. He does a great job. He is part of the Miami Herald. But I want to read real quick what Mike McDaniel said about getting the game ball from Stephen Ross. He said it was nice. I feel so fortunate to have an owner like Stephen Ross, like Mr. Ross, who is so supportive, and at the same time, he has taken the time to consider your journey. Who doesn't want to work for someone like that? It is a cool moment I wasn't anticipating. I appreciate his thoughtfulness and regard. We're working endlessly to have a 3-phase game like that. So again, we need to keep winning. But I do need to cut this off. Thank you again, everybody. Please like, share, have a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you on the other side. And tune in for the prediction later on.